He was small, soft-spoken, and strangely magnetic. A man with no fame, no power, and no wealth. Yet he controlled others like puppets. His name, Charles Manson. To the world, he became a symbol of insanity and evil. But to his followers, he was a savior. This is the story of how a man with nothing became the master manipulator of murder. The late 1960s, a time of peace, love, and rebellion. While America sang about freedom, a darker movement grew beneath the surface. It was a time when young people searched for meaning, and one man knew exactly how to give it to them, for a price. Charles Manson was born in 1934, abandoned, abused, and raised by the system. He spent most of his life behind bars, learning how to manipulate, charm, and survive. When he finally got out, he saw a world that was lost, and he decided to become its savior. Manson gathered followers at a decaying movie ranch in California. They called themselves the Family, young men and women, broken, idealistic, desperate for belonging. He promised them love, freedom, and spiritual awakening. But what he really gave them was control. Through LSD trips and endless preaching, Manson rewired their minds. He twisted biblical verses, Beatles lyrics, and racial paranoia into his own apocalyptic vision. He told them the world was on the brink of a race war, a prophecy he called helter-skelter. To bring his prophecy to life, Manson needed chaos. And in August 1969, he found it. He ordered his followers to attack a home in the Hollywood Hills, the home of director Roman Polanski and his pregnant wife, actress Sharon Tate. That night, the Manson family unleashed horror. They brutally murdered Tate and 4 others, carving chaos into America's consciousness. The next night, they struck again, killing a wealthy couple, Leno and Rosemary LaBianca. The words "death to pigs" were written on the walls in blood. And just like that, Manson's twisted vision became reality. When the murders were solved, the world was stunned. These weren't hardened killers. They were teenagers and hippies. And at the center of it all was Charles Manson, a man who convinced others to kill without ever lifting a weapon. At his trial, Manson turned the courtroom into a circus. He danced, sang, and laughed at the chaos he'd created. He carved an X into his forehead, claiming he was rejecting the system that made him. His followers did the same, still under his spell. Manson was sentenced to death, later changed to life in prison when California banned executions. But even behind bars, he kept attracting followers. Some sent him letters, others called him a prophet. He became an icon of madness, a symbol of how words can be deadlier than weapons. Charles Manson died in 2017, but the shadow he cast still lingers in pop culture, in psychology, in the darkest corners of the human mind. He taught us one terrifying truth, that true power isn't about violence, it's about control. Charles Manson didn't just murder innocents, he murdered reality itself. And for that, he will forever be remembered as the master manipulator of murder. You've been watching Minds of Murder. Subscribe and enter the mind of the next killer.